Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Movesets video. In this video, I'll be discussing all about the Fairy type variation of Silvally. So let's get started by jumping right into the first moveset that I have for you in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to begin by utilizing Silvally as a powerful physical Fairy type attacker. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Jolly Nature to boost its speed but lower its special attack, and then use an EV spread that includes putting 252 EVs into both its physical attack and its speed. We're also going to put the remainder 4 EVs into this Pokemon's special defense. As for the item on all of these sets though, we're going to be making use of the Fairy type memory to turn Silvally into a Fairy type Pokemon, and also make its signature move in multi-attack a strong physical Fairy type move, which is going to be the first move that we're going to make use of on this set. For additional coverage though, we're going to be running Fire Fang or Flame Charge in the second move slot to give this Pokemon a way to hit Steel types super effectively that are not only both going to be threatening this Pokemon due to its Fairy typing, but also resisting its Fairy type moves. Fire Fang will have a chance to potentially burn or flinch your opponent, which is a little bit of a stronger move as well, whereas Flame Charge will boost your speed, thus potentially increasing Silvally's sweeping potential as a Fairy type attacker. As for the third move slot, we're either going to run Rock Slide or Return for additional coverage, Rock Slide allowing you to hit Fire type Pokemon super effectively that are going to be resisting your Fairy type moves, whereas Return is just a powerful normal type move that's going to allow you to just hit something really hard as opposed to worrying about it basically hitting something for super effective damage. So it's a decent coverage option on the set because unfortunately Silvally doesn't have access to a really nice ground type move to allow it to hit poison type Pokemon super effectively that threaten it out. But we could also theoretically run Swords Dance in this third move slot as well to give Silvally a way to boost its physical attack by 2 stages and thus become even more potent of a physical attacker. Also, it's important to note that when combining this with the Flame Charge move, you're going to essentially allow Silvally to boost up its speed as well and its physical attack, thus making it a very threatening sweeper. But for the last move slot, we could either make use of U-Turn or Parting Shot to give this Pokemon an easy way to gain switch initiative on the battlefield, thus either doing a little bit of damage in the process when it switches out in the case of U-Turn, or lowering your opponent's stats when you switch out in the case of Parting Shot. Or if you want to make use of this set as just a fully offensive physical attacker, we can run Swords Dance in this move slot to give it 3 attacks to use behind its boosted physical attack. As for this next moveset, we're going to be utilizing Silvally as a mixed attacker. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Hasty Nature to boost its speed but lower its physical defense, and then run an EV spread that includes 96 physical attack EVs, 160 special attack EVs, and then 252 EVs into its speed stat to give it some well-rounded mixed attacking stats and its max speed possible. As to the moves on this set, we're going to first go with multi-attack to again be your main stab physical Fairy type move. As for your second move, we're going to be making use of Flamethrower to allow this Pokemon to have a reliable way to deal with Steel types that both resist your Fairy type attacks and threaten you out with their powerful Steel moves that will hit you super effectively. Then for your third option, we're going to run either Surf or Hidden Power Ground for additional coverage, or Work Up as a way to boost your stats. Surf obviously being great for dealing some super effective damage to Fire type Pokemon that resist your multi-attack, whereas Hidden Power Ground also does that, but it's a little bit of a weaker move, but it can also allow you to hit Poison type Pokemon super effectively that would threaten Silvally out. Work Up also here is an option, again, as mentioned before, to allow you to boost your physical attack and your special attack by 1 stage, thus allowing you to be a powerful mixed attacker. But for your last move, U-Turn and Parting Shot are listed here, as always, for pretty much all the Silvally sets because they're such great options for allowing this Pokemon to maneuver in and out of the battlefield and possibly gain switch initiative and lower your opponent's stats. But Work Up can also be used here as a way to run 3 attacks, 1 physical and 2 special, and boost those stats up to allow this Pokemon to deal a lot of damage as just a straight mixed attacker with no utility in U-Turn or Parting Shot. Finally, for this last moveset, we're going to be making use of Silvally's Fairy typing in a more defensive way. So we're going to start this one off by giving it an Impish Nature to boost its physical defense but lower its special attack, and then running an EV spread that includes putting 252 EVs into its HP, 252 EVs into its physical defense to max both of those out, and then putting the remainder 4 EVs into its speed. As for the moves on this set, we're going to first run Thunder Wave or Toxic as a way to allow this Pokemon a reliable way to status its opponents. Thunder Wave, paralyzing your opponents to cripple their speed and also make it so that they occasionally don't attack, whereas Toxic will allow you to slowly wear down your opponents as they take increased poison damage at the end of every turn the longer they stay in. As for your main attacks on this set though, Multi-Attack is going to be included here to be your main stab Fairy type move, and then for your third option, running either Fire Fang or Rock Slide to be an additional physical type coverage move, Fire Fang obviously being useful for steel types, whereas Rock Slide is useful versus fire type Pokemon. Or you could go a more mixed attacking defensive set for this Pokemon by giving it Flamethrower as a powerful fire type move, or Hidden Power Ground as a way to allow this Pokemon to deal with both types that it is weak to, being both steel and poison type Pokemon. For your last move slot though, U-Turn and Parting Shot are again going to be included here to allow this Pokemon to make use of a reliable way of switching out of battle, possibly giving your team some switch initiative, and also in the process potentially lowering their stats if you go with Parting Shot to make another member of your team take a move or a hit easier from the opposing Pokemon. But anyways everybody, that is it for this variation of Silvally, so I hope you all enjoyed these fairy type movesets. I think this is one of the better types as far as defensively oriented sets go, so this may be a way that you would like to make use of this Pokemon. But as always, if you're taking a look at the screen right now, feel free to click on any of the annotated links above each of the types that'll take you to a video that talks about that particular variation of Silvally. But anyways everybody, that is it for this video, so as always, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.